So the lesson that I most normally teach as a special education teacher and as a teacher who is constantly modifying behavior, the lesson I teach is make good decisions. And the learning theory that I use the most in that lesson, which is you do good, you get good, you do bad, you get bad. The lesson and the theory, that's the lesson. The theory is behaviorism, right? And understanding behaviorism, you have to understand B.F. Skinner, going back to Pavlov's dogs, where, for every action that a subject, and the subject in this case is the student, there is a reaction. There's a reward or consequence for the behavior. Often this could be, in the case of Pavlov, he would ring the bell, and when they would, wait to eat, they would get food, right? In the case of Skinner, it could be anything from, a dog barks and you give them food, or a student, you can give them tickets for answering a question, for raising their hand. You can give them tiger buck for walking straight in line. You can also give them, time out for cursing at a teacher. So these modifications often, these rewards and consequences are meant to enhance or reinforce the behavior, as Skinner would, positive reinforcement. Add something for doing a positive behavior. You can remove something. And negative reinforcement is not necessarily giving a negative consequence. It could also mean removing a negative stimulus, right? The lesson that I often use this with, the most normal situation that I use this behavior modification system with, is with students and their language, right? If that language is kind, if that language is academically focused, if that language is, enhancing the classroom culture, then I always enhance their situation by a positive consequence. In the case of negative language, I am very quick and very often and very consistent with providing a negative consequence, whether that is, a referral, whether that consequence is a negative feedback from me, whether that's a verbal, whether it's a call to parents and things like that. And, this also is true with the phone. I'm very, very strict with the phone. Now, where I live at in Virginia, we have a no phone policy. So that's the lesson. The lesson is do good, you get good, right? And the learning behavior, that lesson is also found in the Bible. You reap what you sow, right? But always, as a teacher, as an ED teacher, and somebody who is teaching students with emotional disabilities and autism, the lesson is do good, get good, and the method and the theory I use is behaviorism.